Welcome to the Connectors podcast, where we dive in to the art of building meaningful connections to empower your personal and professional life. We're Jolyn and Quinten, and together we explore how connections can transform your journey towards happiness, growth, and fulfillment. This fall, we're launching a special series called Redefining Leadership, a conversation for anyone bridging the gap between where you are now and where you want to be.
Whether you're leading a team, running a business, or stepping into a new chapter, leadership and entrepreneurship come with challenges, lessons, and growth moments. Our guests, entrepreneurs, leaders, and changemakers, will share how their experiences shaped them, the connections and support that helped them, the hard truths they faced, and the insights they've gained about themselves and others. You'll hear stories, strategies, and inspiration to help you lead and grow with authenticity, resilience, and impact.
Woohoo! Welcome to a new season, Quinten.
I love it. I love it.
Yay.
Just as the end of summer is coming, so a new season, fall begins, and so our new season for the show as well.
Welcome back to the Connectors podcast. So we took a little break this summer, which was nice. It was nice. I was missing it. I was definitely by August 1st. I was like, okay, time to get back in the mindset and get some things organized. But Quinten and I took a break from end of June till August, and I think it was much needed. How did you feel about taking the break?
Much needed, as you say. Like, I think it was great. Especially because, like, we didn't half do the first two seasons. Like, we did 65 episodes.
Yeah, we
did. So it's not like What? So it's not like we did 7 episodes and then it went, oh, we need a break, you know? So I feel like after putting out 65 episodes, it was time to have a good relax, a good break. And it also gave us time away to miss doing the podcast and miss hanging out with each other. Exactly. And it gave us some space away from the personal work that, you know, often you feel like very emotionally attached to these personal projects. Mm-hmm. And when you want to make a change, you can get more friction or more resistance to the change. So it allowed us the space to be like, oh, how about this idea? How about that idea? And so we've come back with some changes and some updates to the podcast and our vision and where the Connectors is going to go and grow more than a podcast.
Yeah. And I would agree with you. I think we've recognized that space for us helps with gaining some clarity. You can reflect and see, all right, what have we done already? What's worked? It gives you time to experience other things out in the world that also integrate into, oh, this might be a great idea for the podcast. Gives us a little space from, you know, each other and the way we work, and also to come back and say, all right, what do we want to do differently? Are there things in our process or working with each other that, either feel like we need to shift or just have naturally. Mm-hmm. And through this, I think it's brought us together in a place now. We have like a really good vision and clarity for our upcoming seasons. And now we recognize we need seasons. This will be season 3 that we're going into, because we did take one other break last summer. So this would be considered season 3. And we are going to create themes now for each season, which I think is really going to help us align guests and topics into those buckets of themes that will really be honing in on a specific area that is going to support our listeners and hopefully provide a lot of value to anyone that's listening. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the themes is a great idea because we've had such a great variety of wonderful guests that have joined us in the past episodes. And if we could look back and group them under themes, it would be very quick and easy to say, oh, these 5 people work as one group and these 7 people work in another group. So I think it's going to help the listeners follow threads in a bit more of a clear way. And
Sure. Yeah.
if you've got any ideas, listeners, for a theme and a topic, then please do shout out. Please put it in the comments or send us a DM. We'd love to hear from you. Like, follow, and subscribe on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And find us at theconnectorshub.com.
Yeah, exactly. So as we said, this season is redefining leadership. We already have 5 people that we're ready to record. This is our intro, and this is our 66th episode. So,
oh my God!
I know.
That's awesome.
So, by next year, this time next year, we will have made it to 100, hopefully. Well, no, not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Still, it's pretty good.
Yeah, unless we start doing an episode a week, but we still plan on releasing every other week on Fridays, and then we'll continue our regular schedule after that. So it was right till January. We'll have a little break, and then we'll go right till June again with another summer break. So I think this is a great way to start structuring our
Love
show.
it. Mm-hmm. And before we get to next summer, what did you do this summer? What did you do and hang out and get up to?
I remember when we had our wrap-up episode, and I said I was going to spend a lot of time paddleboarding. I have been
How many times?
Once this summer. And I just, I don't know, like, I am such a, me, I like to be doing. I'm a bit of a goer, but I also love my downtime and my lazy time. And I think this summer I really just leaned into, okay, this is sort of another little bit of a break that I have. I'll spend time reflecting. I'll spend time writing. I've created a ton of content this summer that now is sort of sitting on a drive that I can do stuff with.
Amazing.
So that part's been good. Reading and really enjoying my last moments of downtown London. So I live downtown London, and I am moving still in London. But I enjoyed spending time on my balcony, and just like, I'm surrounded by nature on my balcony, which is lovely, even though I'm downtown. And I just thought, I am going to savor the last moments of being in this spot and sip my tea or a glass of wine or whatever I do, read out there. I play my music out there. And that's been nice, just to like be more present. And I feel really relaxed jumping into this next season. I was getting creative on some of my other projects that I've been working on, some collaborations and things as well. But truly, it's been a pretty relaxing summer, and I didn't really go anywhere. I think the place I went was like 3 hours away, so stuck pretty close to home. But my brother got married, so there was a wedding. Spent some time up in Kincardine, and otherwise it's been pretty low key, but you had some musical fun summer.
I had, I think maybe quite an active summer. Like my friends and I made a big effort to go to a bunch of the festivals in Montreal. So like we would text each other at the beginning of the week and be like, all right, tomorrow night there's something good on. I want to go after work. Who's joining? And it'd be like Montreal Jazz Fest, so. Beautiful. So did a bunch of that, went to a music festival called Blue Skies in Ontario. Loved that. That was amazing.
Where was that in Ontario?
Oh, now you're asking me. I want to say Clarendon Station or Carrington Station.
Okay.
Used to be a small train station. Now there's no more train tracks, but they kept the name. And there's this beautiful plot of land, and like 2,000 hippies and their kids all put up tents and spend 4 days, the long weekend at the beginning of August, playing music and doing workshops. I took my violin and I took my ukulele and I took my voice and had so much fun. I want to go back next year. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine, who I taught with in Thailand, her daughter moved from PEI to Montreal. And so spent last week at my place, and I stayed with my partner, and that was really fun, showing a young person around Montreal and getting things, done.
Yeah.
It was just really fun having a young companion, and the excitement and the tasks, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. So
I love it. And I didn't get to Montreal this summer, and usually I do once a year at least, but yeah. A winter escape this year, we'll see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like you glossed over your projects a bit too quickly, and I want to know what's been happening. What have you been working on? You talked about tons of content in a drive and projects, and then off we went.
Well, it's something that's still kind of forming, essentially, I guess. Like I worked on launching a little bit of a business where I would be doing workshops and coaching on reinvention, personal reinvention. As some of our listeners may or may not know, that's how Quinten and I met a few years back through a reinvention program. And so I started to lean back into that certification.
Let's get into some of the changes and the updates.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So first one I'm going to mention is that you're going to find us again on YouTube. Yes, that's right. We are rejoining the tube. You're going to see our beautiful faces and wide empty spaces. We realized that we really like the visual aspect of having the podcast out there.
Yeah. And other people, like I watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube myself. So other people I've spoken to have also said this. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've had people asking, are you guys on YouTube? Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Exactly. Got to go where the people are, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Another update is that a friend of mine who is a music producer, Brody, he's been on the show. He is creating our second season music. So we're going to have some new theme music, which is exciting.
Yay.
And
yeah, I'm excited about that too. We were just having a bit of a brief conversation about it, and Brody created our original music and sound for the podcast. Although lovely, and it was such a great sound. We loved it. I think it resonated more with us, but we were recognizing we want something a little catchier, a little bit more, grabbing, like mind grabbing, that leads you into one listening to the show. So Brody is also helping us with our second sound for our next season. So
love his work. Love his work. Follow the Beat Bakery on Instagram. Little shout out.
Like, follow, and subscribe on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And find us at theconnectorshub.com.
Yeah.
Another thing that Brody brought to my attention was some nefarious business going on with Spotify. So the story is that, like, in July, the Spotify chief executive, Daniel Ek, recently led a 600 million euro, which is $1.07 billion investment in German defense company called Helsing, and they specialize in AI-driven autonomous weapon systems. So we made the decision that we will not be using Spotify as our hosting platform because of this huge investment that this top executive of Spotify has made, which is enriching him and the Spotify company. So we will be doing a slow release of Spotify. And we are mentioning this now on Spotify. We are aware of that. But, you got to criticize, and we are using the platform for free. So we are essentially Spotify's advertising. And Joe and I have made the decision to find a platform where we pay a bit of money, but as a result, we are not their free advertising content, and we can make requests and demand some services as we are paying clients and customers. Yeah. So that's a bit of a philosophical difference that we have made.
And we will, we're going to phase out and probably stay on Spotify until the end of this year. So we'll definitely keep you updated as to when we will no longer be on the platform. But we wanted to do a bit of a slow phase out instead of just see a Spotify, because it has been a great platform up to this point. It just doesn't align with our values, our core values anymore. So I had to make that call.
Yeah, great platform, but if your execs are making these changes with the money that they're using from you, it's not a good feeling.
Supportive to the artist, yeah, for sure.
No, not helpful for artists, not helpful for us as clients, the end product is just machines that kill or help machines that kill, etc., etc. So
don't want any association.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh.
However, we do want you to associate the connectors with our website with a new domain. We are now theconnectorshub.com. Yes, that's right, theconnectorshub.com. And you can find us on the web, on the internet as well, and even on social media. And we will put all of these links for our Instagram and for our new website in our show notes.
Yeah. And what we had chosen a domain last year for our website, which was the Connector podcast, without the realization we had forgotten the S. And Quinten made a really good point that, moving forward, we didn't want our hosting site just to be about the podcast, because we feel we're connectors and we have other services we offer, and we also want to be able to open up to other options for our listeners and potential future clients. We wanted it to be a hub where people could come to, and it wasn't just about the podcast. So that's why those changes are in play, and we're excited about that. So that is, I think, the top, all the sort of the main points we wanted to make today, and let's just let you know about those changes. And we're excited about starting our new season. Throughout this season, we'll probably start talking about what our next season is going to be. And just so we can give our, that might be even a good idea, Quinten, to do sort of like a half mark, like halfway through the season, check in again, and do 15 minutes and just see if there are any shifts and updates again that we can talk about. And it's always fun when we get to talk with each other too. We're usually very focused on our guests.
Yeah, exactly.
We're open to feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Love to hear what you think of the show. If there's any other types of topics or types of guests you'd like on the show, what you'd like to see, we're all for it.
Absolutely. So let us know what you think about our changes, our updates, our summer. Let us know what you did this summer and what you're going to do this autumn and winter. And we look forward to you staying along for the ride and the connectors.
All right. Today, and we'll see you on our 67th episode, where we have our next guest for our new season. And as always, stay connected.